O'Reilly was forced out of his top-rated Fox News show, The O'Reilly Factor, over allegations of sexual harassment. Today also marks the release of Bill's new book, written with Martin Dugard, Killing England, The Brutal Struggle for American Independence. Bill, it's good to see you. Good morning.
Thanks for having me in.
Let me start with what's transpired over the last 6 months, the first time we're hearing from you. What was the exact reason you were given, or your representatives were given, by people at Fox News for your firing?
There was no reason. They had a contractual clause that they could pay me a certain amount of money and not put me on the air. And they exercised that.
But why did they exercise that? What was the reason they said they were exercising that? There was a sponsor
boycott engineered by Media Matters, the radical left group, and the sponsor boycott unsettled some people at Fox News.
You were accused of sexual harassment. Mm-hmm. You said at the time you did absolutely nothing wrong.
Correct.
Do you stand by that?
I do.
And so did you provide Fox News any evidence, any information that you think could have changed their mind as to what you were guilty or not guilty of?
My legal team was very aggressive in putting forth our point of view, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
I want to put this in perspective timing-wise. You were fired about 10 months after Roger Ailes was let go.
Correct.
By the network over allegations of sexual harassment. So the network understood the subject matter. You were probably the last guy in the world that they wanted to fire, because you were the guy that the ratings and the revenues were built on. You carried that network on your shoulders for a lot of years. So doesn't it seem safe to assume that the people at Fox News were given a piece of information or given some evidence that simply made it impossible for you to stay on at Fox News?
That's a false assumption. There were a lot of other business things in play at that time, and still today, that 21st Century was involved with. And it was a business decision that they made. But there isn't any
But you don't let your number one guy go unless you have information that you think makes him...
That's not true. There are billions of dollars at stake in business deals, and they made a business decision that they could, possibly prosper more without me. It was as simple as that. It was a business decision.
Did you ever send a lewd text or email to another employee at Fox News?
No.
Did you ever have any human resources cases brought against you?
Not in 42 years.
The New York Times.
Wait. In 42 years, all right, I've been in this business. I've worked for 12 companies. Not one time did I have any interaction with HR, any complaints filed against me.
The New York Times reported that up to 5 women had come forward over the years and complained about sexual harassment at your hands, and that Fox News actually made deals with those women, financial settlements amounting to about $13 million for their silence. Is that accurate?
I don't know, because I'm not privy to what Fox News did. After Roger Ailes went down, there was a flood of lawsuits, with dozens of people named. And the company did what the company did.
But you've read the reports.
Wait. Every company in this country, including this one, Comcast, has these lawsuits. Every one. Now, some of them are valid and some of them are not. They settled them for a number of reasons. Now, as an employee, I don't really have any say in that matter.
But were you aware of those 5 women?
I was aware, sure.
And so why didn't you sue those women if you say you did absolutely nothing wrong?
Because you can't win those lawsuits. If you're a public figure, you cannot win them. Sarah Palin is the latest example. And I could do that, but the collateral damage of these lawsuits, the press frenzy, every allegation is a conviction. Every allegation in this area is a conviction. They don't look for the truth.
But think about those 5 women and what they did. They came forward and filed complaints against the biggest star at the network they worked at. Think of how intimidating that must have been, how nerve-wracking that must have been. Doesn't that tell you how strongly they felt about the way they were treated by you?
Well, it's not just me. Those lawsuits involve many other people, not just me. So I don't know. I'm not going to speculate about intent or why people did what they did, but you don't have this story, Lauer, correct? The lawsuits involved many people. But
you were also named.
I was named in a few of them. a few of them.
Let me put a period on it this way, Bill, by asking you, over the last 6 months since your firing, have you done some soul searching? Have you done some self-reflection? And have you looked at the way you treated women that you think now or think about differently now than you did at the time?
My conscience is clear. What I have done is organized a legal team to get the truth to the American people. So if you go to Newsmax.com or BillO'Reilly.com, you will see an article about one of the accusers of me, okay, who was arrested for filing a false police report. You will see that article. And I want people to read it and make up their own mind.
And that happened back in 2015. And I just want to mention the two things can be mutually exclusive. She could have filed a false report in 2000, and I don't. She could have filed a false report in 2015 and still be telling the truth about you.
Look, anything's possible, all right? But it goes to credibility, doesn't it? All right? If you look at the in totality, this was a hit job, a political and financial hit job.
Is this a vast left-wing conspiracy?
No, vast, and don't be sarcastic.
Well, I mean, but you know, I was the one that Hillary Clinton said that to here 20 years ago.
We're going to be able to prove what we say. There are more things to come. All right? This was Media Matters, the Bonner Group, Color of Change, organizing sponsor boycotts to bring down Fox News and me.
Were there any self-inflicted wounds here, Bill?
You know, nobody's a perfect person, but I can go to sleep at night very well, knowing that I never mistreated anyone on my watch in 42 years.
We spoke earlier, and I said I would ask you these questions, and I would also ask you about your book, and I'm going to uphold my end of the bargain. Killing England.
Yes.
About the American Revolution, about the heroes and the villains of that fight for freedom. You think it's particularly relevant now. Why?
You have in Dallas the public school system now debating whether to change the names of schools after Washington, Jefferson, and Madison, and Franklin, Benjamin Franklin. This is madness. And folks need to know about these icons, who they were, in order to stop this craziness. Killing England is seen through the eyes of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin. All right? What they went through, who they were. And it's unvarnished. It's slaves. It's everything. So people need to know who they were to stop this crazy stuff.
When we talk about this crazy stuff, do you think we are living through under a re-examination of history now, or is history under assault, in your opinion?
It's under assault. It's absolutely the far left and PC forces want to wipe out our legacy. You know why? Do you know?
No.
Because they believe it's based on white supremacy. It's no accident we're hearing that word now, those words, white supremacy. They want to redo everything, the Constitution, how we make laws, everything, because they believe, the far left and the PC forces, we are a bad country, the USA. I want people to read Killing England so they know and make up their own mind, make up your own mind, but know the facts about these people. And most don't. They don't know who George Washington was. You don't know what he did. All right? You think you do, but you don't. And that's why we wrote Killing England. And
I want to tell people the book is out now. It's in bookstores and online. Bill O'Reilly, thanks very much. It's good to see you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.